Welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? And I am so excited to have you here. I just want to give you a very, very warm welcome because you are giving yourself time on this Saturday, giving me time on this Saturday. And I really hope that you are going to learn a lot and you are going to have a lot to think about. Please, I have the comment section on. So if you feel you want to make a comment, please feel free to do that. And I'll be able to see what you guys are saying. So thank you very much. And without further ado, let me just, I'm going to share my screen because we have amazing topics to cover today. So welcome to our master class. And let me select this one. I got a notification yesterday that the platform was flashing with something, so they give us an alternative process. But here we go. Okay, wonderful. So, welcome to the Leadership Operating System for Women Managers. And I just want to say that it is always a pleasure to have you with me today. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because, I'm very passionate about helping and empowering women with burnout recovery and thriving, changing their lifestyles to thrive. And I have seen a lot that it has accelerated, and this is for the normal pressures and the market conditions, and also what's going on in the world with AI and the speed that is moving. So that's the reason why I wanted to. Hi, Sam. Thank you. That's the reason why I wanted to share with you what's going on and a way that you can move from that survival mode to thrive mode, right? So thank you very much. And let's just begin. So, as I promised, I want to give you a gift. So, please stay with me until the end because I want to reveal something that I've been working behind the scenes to make this stick and really, really help you to take the first step to move out from that survival mode to the thriving mode, as I like to call it. So, let's just start with the reality of what's going on for women overall and leadership as well, with the ones in leadership positions, right? This is just a clear, probably dramatized example of what a day in a life looks for us. If you have caring responsibilities, if you have, young kids or teens, doesn't matter. It's always like kids and family. It's what goes left behind, right? Then we also have like surviving on adrenaline and on all the stress. Our cortisol levels are super high, and that we kind of just survive with coffee or with snacks like these poor women that how many times you skip meals or just eat what's already pre-packed because you are just in a rush and you just got a lot of things to do. Your mind is so full of many thoughts of confusion. So let's just address it today. And there is no secrets, right? This is really, really what I call to be in the survival mode, which is not ideal. So today, I just have captured all that this means, all this data, for you to realize that you are not alone in this journey. That unfortunately, it's something that happens consistently, very sadly. So, this infographic is going to tell us in a nutshell what's going on with us. So, we do a lot, right? We have, let's just start like with a normal day, right? 6:30 a.m. you're already on making breakfast, taking care of the kids, drop off, pick up, lunch boxes. Maybe sometimes you might be driving and already in a meeting. So that's super mode on. Then it's 12:30, you have lunch or something, and nothing happens. Nothing stops. You don't have time to stand up from your desk. Sometimes you don't even stop to go to the toilet break. So back-to-back meetings, you are making decisions, and it's just, skipping breaks. You don't move from your desk, so your body is kind of like stuff in there. And then you finish your day, hopefully, at 5:30, and then you start your second shift, right? Dinner, kids, pick up, or whatever you need to do. And then when everyone is in bed, dinner is done, you go and you want to okay, I'm ready for the next day, that's when you learn, oh, did I respond that email? Did I have the meeting? What time start? Do I start tomorrow? Because that's all that spiraling that doesn't let you rest and relax to finally, get ready for the next day. You're kind of always catching up. There is a reality as well for us women in the career and in the market, as there is, we know that there is some gaps and challenges because of this invasive emotional and extra labor that we have and we carry. So, but the data shows that 60% of women really, really aspired for a senior leadership role. And the main purpose is because we want to mentor, we want to coach, we want to make an impact, not only to our companies, organizations, but also to our team, to our people. So that is something that we really, really dream to achieve. Um, and unfortunately, there is a huge gap between what you think that's gonna be to what you are doing. So unfortunately, you are caught up in firefighting and bureaucracy, and that steps you away from the strategic work, for making that impact, for coaching your team, for being that leader that you always wish you had. So that also happens a lot, that that gap is getting bigger and bigger. And then you have office housework, right? I don't know if you are, but some of us are taking care of the bills at home. You are making sure that everything is paid. You are making sure kids have their homework. You are making sure exams, deadlines. So it's not only medical appointments. It's not only your schedule and your calendar and your life, or you're managing your family, your parents, kids, whatever life. So that is also a lot of office housework that we carry 24/7. And the passion remains. We still go for everything and we still believe it can be done. That's what actually keeps us in that danger zone, because we know we are committed and we can keep pushing. We are going to get there. And passion is very, very important, but it's very unsustainable. That's why we end up burnout. So that's what happens. That's our life. Let's acknowledge it and accept it. It happens to everyone. I work with so many women and I see it all the time. So there is nothing to be embarrassed about. It is normal life. So what happens in terms of numbers and data and statistics? A study showed that Australian workers are seeing that workload is the main cause of burnout. Workload. There is 66% of managers have reported that they have unhealthy work boundaries. With this working from home and hybrid ways of working, you actually end up bringing home more work, or that boundary just does not exist. Um, that happens, then 60%, as I mentioned before, or more, really women want to pursue those senior leadership roles, but having those caring responsibilities feels that they are holding back, or many skills that are required that you don't have time to develop just because you are catch on the grind. And 60% of the household activities are heavily still managed by women. So even that you have the support at home, parents, husband, significant other, kids, family, that you have that support structure, but you are still carrying more than 60% of the work, right? So that's what happens. So what does this cause is really pressure points. So let's just cover the pressure points, because this is why naming it and acknowledging and understanding and knowing that happens to all, it helps you to say, okay, this is my situation. Now, what do I do to move forward? So, um, time overload. We don't, everything can be urgent. We don't stop. We work Saturday, Sunday. So it's like full on. We have this always on availability mindset, right? Because we just think that if we are available and we do more, we'll just gonna meet our goals. Then the invisible labor that I mentioned before, work and home, and emotional labor. That is another thing. Um, we tend to be more listening. We tend to support more and carry more from our team members, from our colleagues when they share they are stressed or they want to have a conversation. So we kind of are more connecting. We have more empathy and we tend to listen more, but we also carry it with us. So that's emotional load that you are also carrying. And the big one that kills me, because I'm also guilty of that, it's the cognitive overload. We have emails, social media, push through, like notifications, ads, everything that is going on around our life. And it is just a lot of information that, it's just loading your cognitive load. You cannot concentrate, you lose focus. It's just impressive, the damage that this does to our brains. And the reality is that we are brain burned or brain fatigue. How do you identify if you are in any of these situations? So when you live like this for a long time, this is how it can start to show up. Number one, cognitive load. I mean, your cognitive attention lapses. What it means, you are not like that switched on. You are forgetful. You can, miss concentration very fast. So that happens when you are super overload of cognitive, inputs. You are super emotional, so you are very irritable as well. And like a little thing that may not trigger you in a normal day, restful day, or on a Monday, probably by Thursday you're done. So that volatility in that emotional triggers are very important to identify. So if you are very sensitive or very emotional, like people call us, it's because probably you are exhausted or because you are in that situation. Another warning signs we want to look for is that chronic exhaustion. Um, this is stress related, and call it stress, call it early signs of burnout. But if you are not, you have a sleep interruption, if you are gaining weight, if you are waking up in the middle of the night, that 2 3 a.m., like, did I send that email, did I join the meeting? So that that is also something that happens a lot. So that is sleep disruption is very, very critical and impacts the whole day the next day. Very, very important. And the last one, and that is super sad, isolation and guilt. Instead of trying to talk to us about it and disclose it with someone, we isolate and we feel guilt because we feel like we're failing and we're not. So this is why I wanted to make sure that we all understand what the situation in the market is and what are we facing, what world is, and the data tells us. I observe it every day. You probably feel it. You probably observe it in work colleagues. And this is what's happening in a nutshell. According to the Workforce Survey for 2025, 72% of women leaders experienced burnout in the last year. 72%. It's super high and it's growing. And very sadly, in Australia, we experience that more than overall in the world. In other places, like in the US and the UK, they kind of declined after COVID, but in Australia, it just gets worse and worse. The other interesting fact, according to a study from Psychology Today, was that, wow, 45% we had higher rates of burnout due to employees adopting AI, using AI tools super heavily. So instead of using AI to be more productive, effective, win time, and be relaxed, it had the opposite effect. And we're going to explore why. But very sadly, 45% higher burnout rates just because of AI. And 60% of employees, according to a Forbes leadership research, 60% of employees report unmanageable workloads. And fewer than 50% say the org plan has a plan to fix it. So we are ended up in this middle grind where, yes, it's your job. Yes, you have more things to do. Workload is really unmanageable. Here is the AI that you can leverage. But let's see, it's gonna just 15% of the organizations acknowledge they have a plan to fix that issue with whatever strategy that is. So this is our life. This is the environment we're dealing with this 2026. So please, if you feel exhausted, tired, you are not failing. You are just operating in a system that is not designed for you. And with all this technology and overload of information and overload of tools and complexity, it's just not making it easier. So I see you, I acknowledge you, and I'm going to just share a little bit of what my story has been so you really get why I do this and that I completely know what you're going through. So before I do that, and again, thank you for being here today. But if this sounds like you, this masterclass was designed for you. If you have too much in your plate, if you have only two modes, like exhausted and work, that's probably why you have to be here. You have been in this survival mode for very long that you don't even remember how happiness or a nice day feels like. If you are running on fumes, trying to be everything for everyone, this is for you. And if you think, or sometimes you thought that something is wrong with you are in the right place. And if you feel that you are always behind, no matter how much you do, you are always in catch up mode, this is also for you. So please stay because what I'm going to be sharing is going to help you to get out of that. And also, this is not for you if you love to do everything in your own. If you want to figure it out yourself, please keep in that survival mode. If you're 150% happy, 200% happy with your life, with your leadership skills, with how you manage your work-life balance or integration, this is not for you if you're happy in that space. This is also not for you if you're looking for the magic pill, because this is everyday work. It's not a fix and set. Um, and this is not for you if you don't want to take control over your life and over your workload. And if you don't want to find peace and get rid of the overwhelm, this is not for you. And this is not for you if you are looking for the traditional ways of doing and the traditional ways of working. We need to be open-minded and we need to be able to change. So if you want to keep doing the ways you have been done for so long, this is not for you. But if you are not that person, I have very good news because you are in the right place. So who am I? Why am I talking about this? And I hate to talk about myself because this is for you and I made this masterclass for you. But I want you to know why I understand you. I understand you and I know what you might be going through. So I was that woman. And before I used to hate this photo. I wish I didn't have it. And then now I use it to remind myself that I don't want to ever be there again. So I was burnout. I gained horrible weight. I disappeared from my family for probably 2 years and was delivering at work, performing, super happy with the results. But quietly, I was running out of myself. I didn't even realize. I didn't even see what was going on. And nobody could help me. That was the other sad thing. And so I had to find a way. And unfortunately, it had a cost that I still pay today, which I want you to avoid. And what I mean that is I have a permanent disc bulges that does not allow me to enjoy many things that I used to do before, like mountain biking. And that injury is there forever. So I don't want you to get to that point where you cannot do things that you love because of that. So I have to build myself out of that hole. And that's the system I want to be sharing today. And so, I'm still in the pressure. I hear you. I'm still in a senior leadership role at a Fortune 500 company. And I'm a mom. I have my business. And you can do it more than ever. You can do it precisely because of AI. So I'm still in the pressure. I've been there. And I transform my life and I transform my lifestyle through changing my lifestyle. So um, I'm an author of 2 books in AI leadership. I'm a yoga teacher. And I have done so many studies on AI, certifications and studies, courses from the University of Sydney. I'm a global wellness ambassador at the Women Wellness Institute Wellness Ambassador. I have done presentations, talks to help spread the word on how important wellness and integrating it AI is possible, merging those two worlds that look contradictory, but they actually help you thrive. And I'm also part of a network of amazing community of AI leaders in the world. with European leadership and many, many places around the world. So that network that we have, it's been really amazing. Um, so I'm an engineer, yoga teacher, mom, AI strategist, founder, author. Also, I'm a board member of Australian Industry Group, for those who don't know. I'm working with an amazing network of people as well that we work on that. So there you go. I have time for all that. Um, okay, let me tell you why everything that you've tried before hasn't worked. And it's not because it's bad, it's because it lacks of a system, of the integration. So there are three categories that we have tried to figure out when we want to escape that burnout, or when we want to find that work-life balance, or when we want to succeed in our career without compromising what matters the most to us. So the first thing is wellness programs. So they are very good. I'm not saying no, but that wellness program addresses the symptoms, not the system, right? Thank you, Dimi. So yes, Dimi is mentioning we really have it all. Yes, I work for all of you, so you can actually see that. So the wellness programs address the symptoms, and we have a lot of support from the companies. What does that mean is that we have assistant programs, we have support, we sometimes we get the apps for mindfulness and all that stuff, but that addresses the symptoms, not the whole system, not specifically your circumstances. So that's why it's not a permanent fix, it's just addressing the symptoms. You are sick, you go to the doctor, get your medicine, that's it. They don't really address what's going on behind it. So that's just a basic example I can tell you. Then the other thing that we have tried that does not stick is productivity courses. Why? Because if your system is broken and you are already burning out, you add more to your plate. You learn more tools, more complexity, and who else has tried any more apps to optimize your calendar or to put block timing, and ends up all being harder, and then you drop it. And it's real. They give you just more tools to manage a system that is already overwhelmed. They say put your time or block your time, but they don't help you set your boundaries. So it's not gonna work. It's not gonna stick. You could be very good the first time or two, which is the week of two, but then suddenly it's like, okay, what happened here? And the other thing that doesn't work is AI training only, because the it's a tool. We need to understand that it's a tool. It is not the solution. It is part of the solution. And as I was saying, if you don't invest in learning it properly either, and my friend Sam here can testify that, AI is here to add, complement what you're doing, amplify what you're doing, the goods and the bads, both. It comes with a reality. So if you just use AI at the top of your system that is wrong, you're going to amplify it. If you're already stressed, you're going to be more stressed. So you need to have always the human in the loop. And if you are disconnected from your goals, from your purpose, from where you are showing up every day, why do you even try? And that's why it's taking so long. And remember, AI is not another tool just for you to play with. If you really need to understand it, learn about it, and then maximize the leverage of it. Um, so that's why nothing has worked. It works in silos. Nothing is considered as a whole system. So that's the real problem here. You don't have a time management problem. You don't have you don't have nothing is wrong with you. Okay? You just have an outdated operating system that is not helping you to move forward. As I mentioned before, AI amplifies what you already are. If you are depleted and overwhelmed, it amplifies the chaos. If you have wellness practices without a system that can help you, it will just create more guilt, self-doubt, and it's not going to create relief. How many of you, raise your hands, please tell me in the comments, how many of you take an hour for a bath and you feel that you are abandoned everyone? Or you want to skincare, or you want to go and do your hair, or you go and get your nails done, or go to the gym, and you go like, oh no, I feel I should not be here. You know, that wellness program is not gonna stick if you don't have the system in place to make it work. And the productivity tools and AI, every other tool that you learn, without resetting your brain, without resetting your system, it's just gonna add more complexity, more overwhelm, and more load. So more things to do. So that's why the framework and the leadership operating system that takes you out of survival mode to thriving mode and helps you stay there is the sequence: mind, body, spirit, and then AI. That is what I'm showing you with you. I'm sharing with you today. So I have a question for you. What if you stop using AI to do more and started using it to think less, to reduce that workload? How will your life will look like if you start doing that? Let me know in the comments. Now, and this is the craziest idea ever. And that's when I talk to many people, they go, but AI and wellness, AI and yoga, I don't get it. What are you doing here? Yes. Well, what if AI became your nervous system ally instead of another source of pressure or stress? Some don't think that you can use it that way. What if you could shift the thought of the perception you have AI instead of consuming your energy to protect it, not just the outcome or the output? What if AI helps you protect your energy and your time? Um, what kind of leader could you become if AI handled the noise and you then led from presence? And when I mean a leader, you can be, as I mentioned, you can be people manager, you can be a leader, you can have leading with influence, you can have you can be leading your family. This is not about any title. This is about leading, owning it, and making happen. And if you could let AI handle that, basic noise and management tasks, and then you lead from presence, what would your life be like if you could do that? So here is my leadership operating system. As I said before, the flow and the sequence matters. Why the mind first? I already shared with you the data in terms of cognitive load, but you cannot implement anything when you are in crisis mode or when you are already overloaded. That there is no way. So you have to free up your mind first. You have to change your mindset and you have to make a decision to start the change. That's why the mind is the first step from my formula and my leadership system. When you start with the mind, you have clarity, focus, decision confidence, and you interrupt that survival mode. That's why you have to start with the mind. Then we focus on the body. Thank you, Alma. We're saying what tools we can use to do that. There are so many, and it's kind of dangerous. Absolutely, absolutely. Great question. Sam, if you are still around, I think you can provide some insights on what different tools are out there. But yeah, so when you learn about AI, how to interact with it, about privacy, about ethics, and fluency, then you actually can see what um, what tool is best that suits best for you. Now, there are many agents out there. You can do your own these days, and there is many apps that already have their coaches, including Thrive. So I do have my own coach, AI coach, the people that is in our network and our platform. But yeah, it's a very good question. And the other thing is that you have the tools that your organization gives you. And that is actually why this specific gift that I have for you today is based with Microsoft Copilot. The tool is decided for you and is the one that the work gives you. So it's very tailored and it's very focused to do that. And yeah, so for the second step, that is the body. Energy is the currency of leadership these days. You cannot show up depleted. You cannot commit to more projects if you are exhausted. So that's why the body is the second step. You have to learn how to regulate your nervous system. And here is where another AI tool is. There is mindfulness and apps and everything. But if you use AI as a support to identify your triggers and then set them aside, that's how you can become a more, that's how AI can support your nervous system regulations. Um, and well, sleep and energy restoration is very important. If you don't rest, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't rest, your energy won't recover. So that's why it's going to be very, very hard for you to actually move the needle. Mind first, decide, clarity to take action. Then you have the energy and the fuel to take the action. And then the spirit. That's the step number 3. And why third? And many say, oh, spirit has nothing to do with religion or soul or anything. Whatever religion you are, that has nothing to do with it. It's about connection. The spirit, I call it, in this pillar, I call it for a connection, is that sense of self and belonging and purpose. That's your values, who you truly are. And remember, we spoke about that passion. So that passion is linked to your purpose, is linked to your sense of self. So that's your spirit. That keeps you going. But also is the one that disappears when you are in burnout mode. So that identity and that presence, like when you are at work, you're with your team, you're having your one-on-ones, when you are having a weekend away with your family, or when you are doing the homework with your kids, or when you are going out with your friends, having parties or drinks or whatever. That's the spirit pillar. Very, very important to be connected and avoid that isolation that I mentioned before. And last, Microsoft Copilot. I chose this platform because that's why I made the decision for you, Lorena. Um, yes, so Dimi is saying that is really interesting. Getting AI to assess, didn't think about that. Yes, we have so many ways of using AI that supports your whole journey, and that's why. But again, you need to know how to use it. You need how to integrate it, and it's not just the magic fix, right? It is not a magic button. It relies on the human. Remember, human in the loop always. So yeah, the tool is chosen for you in this case for Microsoft Copilot. Again, why? Just Microsoft Copilot is the tool that the corporate provides usually, and you don't have to worry about many things when you use that tool. And that's the reason why I like to use it. Why? Because it's compliant, privacy, it's gated. Organizations have probably made it available and roll it out considering any risks and ethics and everything. So it's a lot of things you don't have to worry about if you are working in an organization that gives you Microsoft Copilot license. So that's why, and you don't have to invest in it, right? You don't have to pay ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini separately to adapt it to your system. So that's why I chose the tool for you in terms of the one that your company actually gives you, and you don't have to pay for it. It's already included, right? So then, when you are reset, your brain is free. You are ready to take more. You are ready to take on more. You are connected. You have your purpose, and you know what you're doing. You are in control. Then, until then, that's when you adapt and add more AI to reclaim your time, your energy, and your life. That's exactly the steps, and that's exactly the formula I wanted to share with you today. This is my leadership operating system. I designed it to get out of burnout, and I use it to prevent to fall into burnout. Because I need to be honest, this is an everyday job. It's not easy. Things happen, but if you go back to these 4 steps every single time it will work. Every single time it will work. So, um, yes. Okay, before I jump into our workflow demonstration, I want to introduce you to a couple of my clients. So this is Tatiana Franco. Um, she had private sessions, one-on-one sessions with me, and this is just her experience and reference or testimonial of the work that I do. So from the first session, she experienced a mindset shift. Remember, I always start from the mind. So whoever that works with me knows that the first step for me is the mindset, right? Without making the decision, without doing that, you cannot do anything else. So yeah, so that was experience that Tatiana had, and another beautiful girl, Sol. She's a business owner, and being a business owner is also has its own challenges, and there is a lot of moments of imposter syndrome, self doubt, lack of confidence. So through that, we work together, and I help her to get out of that mode. So that's something. So Sol, if you are seeing, hopefully you are doing great. And okay, so this is the first secret I want to share with you today. And it looks like it's not really a secret, but my 2-minute methodology when you are in that moment of heavy stress. So the first one is again, I said the mind, right? Because when you are not in control, your body starts like bubbling in stress, and then you stop thinking, and then in my case, I start sweating, I get nervous. So, woo, stop. Once you feel it, just do this, and you can do this before any hard conversation, before your meetings, and it only takes 2 minutes, and it's super effective. So the step number one is you do the downshift. So you're gonna inhale in 4 counts. And when we're doing a deep transformation with me, you're gonna learn why breath work and why meditation and mindfulness is important. But this is just to give you how to do it, so you go and implement it straight away. You don't need to understand why it works. So inhale in 4 counts, and then you exhale. So you inhale from the nose in 4 counts, and then you exhale from your mouth in 6. You repeat that 3 times, and it's gonna be magnificent, because we forget to breathe. Actually, I think I'm not breathing right now. But we forget to breathe, and it's so important. Oxygen flow, distraction. When you're very stressed, sometimes people like to go for a walk. They just want that they say, I'm just going to walk for fresh air, but actually what they are doing is they are letting the oxygen come into their brains. Then what you're going to say is, I don't need to rush to be effective or to get the result that I want. Then you're going to think of where are you going to be anchoring with. It can be, today I'm going to live with calm. Today I'm going to have a good day. My anchor this morning was, today I'm going to show up as who I am. And hopefully so many people that join me in my class today are going to take away something valuable that they can implement straight away. That's my anchor. That's why I'm happy to be here and sharing all this with you. And I am not behind, I'm resetting. As I explained to you, you got to reset first before you start adding more. Because if you are already broken, you're going to just build onto that and it's going to collapse. And to have that intention, if you want one thing that goes well on that day or in that meeting or in that conversation, name it, what that is. Okay, so time for some hands-on. And look, this is how you're going to reclaim time. Yes, Dimi, we do forget to breathe all the time. And when we are not breathing, our brain takes over. And that's why we got to start from the mind. Then it's like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't worth it. It's not good for me. I'm a failure. And then your brain starts taking over yourself. That's why breathing to control, to leave that defensive survival mode, fight, flight, response mode, breathe, get out of that, and think and decide, what are you doing? What are you actually thinking? Thank you for sharing. So this is one prompt, and I see it all the time, that people think they know how to use AI. They use it every day, but they don't have the foundations right. Right, Sam? You know this more than me. So people think they know how to use AI, and they actually don't. And we have heard about it so many times. There is contrarian opinions that you need to learn to prompt. You don't need to learn to prompt. Prompt engineering is outdated. You do it, not do it, whatever. So I'm here to tell you, prompt is one skill you're gonna learn. It doesn't need to be perfect. You need to know what that compounds a prompt, so you get the output that you need and stop thinking and putting it 5, 4, 6, 7. I think the average that people has their response is 7 or 8 interactions. When you do not prompting, probably the second one, if you forget one, which that happens to me, I do everything and then, I didn't give him this expectation of the output. And then I have to prompt it again. So this is a prompt that is tested and validated that works, right? Now, this one works for any of the Copilot license you have, because we are going to use the transcript. So this is the other myth that I want to break. If you have the basic license that you get, which is just a chatbot in Microsoft, and you don't have the integration of the full Copilot license premium as Microsoft identifies it, doesn't mean you cannot use AI, doesn't mean you cannot use reclaim time, and doesn't mean you cannot be productive, because you can. And it's all about the prompting and how you use it. So this is the prompt that I'm going to be using today, and I want to share. Please take a screenshot if you need it. Well, I can actually, I should actually put it on the chat and on the comments. I will put it on the comments. So let me copy it, because I want you to be super transparent, right? So I'm going to copy it, right? I'm going to copy the prompt exactly as it is, right? And let me share my screen on my Copilot. So I go to my Microsoft 365 Copilot app, right, that you find in the bottom of your screen. And well, as you see, I have the premium license, so this is all the agents. Now, please note, this is my business account. So my calendar is not full, just full disclosure in there, because I do have my job, as I mentioned today. But I did have my one-on-one meeting this morning with my beautiful virtual assistant. So I'm just going to go to the meeting notes of what we had today. So I'm going to go to the chat, and this is how you do it, right? So if you have full premium license, you can just go to recap, the recap piece, and you're going to be see the notes generated for you, the follow-ups, the AI summary, and then now these days you can customize. But here's a transcript, and you can download the transcript, right? If any meeting has been recorded, even if you attended or not, you can actually get people to share with you the transcript, right? So this is the strategy meeting. It's the name call, because that's the meeting we had this morning to keep working and strategizing what are we doing next. So I'm just gonna paste the prompt that I put, right? Exactly the prompt as I put in the slide, and I'm gonna upload that transcript. Strategy meeting. There you go. And then I just click enter. 3 seconds. Some people I see just select everything and then paste it all here. So there is some hacks for you. And so because my prompt is giving them what decisions were made, what actions are we taking, what are the risks and the blockers, what open questions, and the follow-up messages. Follow-up message already have my email or what I want to send to her, right? Hey, what do you think? This is a perfect prompt. I mean, I don't know it's perfect, but perfect for whatever you need to recap a meeting. But the perfect output that I have decided that is good when I'm having a one-on-one with one of my direct reports, right? So you can do your own. That will be perfect for you. This is perfect for me. If you are in a team meeting with other stakeholders, what did the stakeholders say? You can put what is specific, but this is the goal, right? Now, I rather the transcript, because it actually gathers all the word by word. But if you have, again, premium license, once you finish the meeting, you go to the AI summary, and then you see the meeting notes. See, it is generic. It's not how I want to see it. It's not how I want the results of my meetings. So that's why I'd rather to have my own and be more proactive in that space. Now, before I move on to what other thing I want to share with you. I want to just show you something. So Anthropic has partnered also now with Copilot, with Microsoft, and they just recently launched Cowork. So now we have Cowork in Copilot, so it's the agent. So if you have premium license, you should be able to come here. And this is another game changer. So when you come to Copilot, so you have to come to your agent's app, look for Copilot Frontier or Cowork. Actually, it's Cowork, and it's already done for you. It's amazing, right? And what I mean for this is, in the past with Copilot, if you want to triage your inbox, if you wanted to use Copilot in Outlook, you are going to have to like do an agent that will do that sorting for you. But a Cowork with Claude, it's already done behind the scenes. So this is actually Claude. And then you see, organize my inbox, arrange my week, prep for a meeting. Like this is the prep. If I had clicked this one, prepare for a meeting, right? Before the meeting, I will have give me, oh, this is the last time Dimple told you. This is the first thing that, So that's what happens when you prepare for a meeting. You don't have to go to your calendar, what's going on, nothing. So it's really, really, really good. So it just happened, like Microsoft released this. So keep an eye for them if you are a Copilot user. And okay, so let me just go back to so I have shared that. Now let's go back to what matters to all of us, the gift that I have for you today. So it's called the Thrive Leader Reset. In 14 days, very, very important. I mentioned to you that you need to have a reset of how you work and how you operate. Because if you add AI, if you are overwhelmed, if you are burnout, you cannot have the space to do anything. So that's the reason why I built this for you. And it's for 14 days, under 30 minutes per day, because I understand how busy you are. You don't have time to do many things, right? This is very, very, very tailored for women in management. And 30 minutes per day you have to dedicate to do this. And through the days, you're going to feel the shift, right? Remember, mind, body, spirit, AI. So that's what this Thrive Leader Reset is meant to do. It is not a deep dive. It is not to you to learn AI terminology. No, that's not what we're going to be doing here. Remember, AI courses by itself have their value, but in an overwhelmed women, that doesn't help. So it is specifically for that. And it is implementing the system that I use every day, which is what I share with you. And it's going to help you have that control of your workload. We're not going to build agents. Actually, that's a bonus I have hidden for you. But this is to implement. This is to implement. Just follow the instructions day by day. You're going to implement it. Just like I did now with the meeting. You implement that, you're going to reclaim time from that. I promise you. Then if you have 5 minutes, imagine 5 minutes a day, how much time you save there already. So you can make 30 minutes of your day to learn more about that, right? So you give me today an hour so you can learn more. Then you're going to have the prompts, like I shared with you, in the two ways that you can make it work with the basic license and the premium license. So whatever license your work has. Now, here's another thing I want to give you. If you are on basic license, please send me a message, send me a DM in LinkedIn, share with me your email, and I can send you a business case for your management team or IT or whoever to justify the investment on your Copilot license. So I have already a business letter case written for you if you need it to justify at work. And to maximize, like you saw the difference, right? But it's really cool. And then the morning reset and the evening, I showed you the reset for every meeting, but we're going to do one in the morning and one in the evening so you can actually integrate that in your life and power that body. And I do have some bonuses, right? So I have Executive Boost Pack, which is going to be 14 ready to use leadership templates. I'm going to do this only now, which is the private community for people that join the reset. And okay, Lorena has a question. So I'm kind of lost. So that app need to listen to the meeting or just connect with a click. Very interesting. So when you get the transcript, there is now the Teams in the feature in Teams that you have. You can do only the transcript. You don't need to record like video meeting. No, you can just get the transcript. Or if someone else went to a digital or online meeting, but you do need to have the transcript like enabled. Like you need to record the transcription at least to be able to do this. So yeah, you need to have that. Zoom has AI Companion, I believe it's the name, and Gemini has also the feature, of course, with people who uses Google Workspace have that feature as well, recording those meetings. So yeah, that's how you can use it. And then I'm gonna host 2 live group sessions, Q&A sessions. So we're gonna go to the reset. You're gonna start. We'll go live on June 1st, and I'm gonna leave you all the work to do for the week, half an hour per day, and then on the Saturday we're gonna catch up, and then we're gonna go live with questions and answers, right? So that's basically what I'm giving you, and also the 90-day Thrive plan. That means that you're gonna have the system. You're gonna walk away with the system that is and you're gonna build for you what it means to you to implement this, so it can stick for you. So it's the implementation. I'm not going to teach you how to, this is just implement day 1, implement day 2. So you are enabled to reset and start reclaiming your time so that you can start thriving. Okay. The next level of coaching, or if you want to look at the Thrive Lotus website, there is another 2 programs that I have, but those go deeper, right? But of course, the time commitment is higher, and you cannot commit if you are not reset, right? So that's exactly why I wanted to build this, because I know that so many men and women have been wanting to work with me, but then they are not ready because they don't have. So that's why I built this specifically for all of you that wants to just start straight away. Okay, so this is the gift that I have for you. In addition to all those bonuses, and I already told you one that is how to make your own agent, which actually the basic license also gives you. I'm offering this pre-launch, these 2 weeks, actually is a little more than 2 weeks because it's from Monday to Friday, it's 5 days a week. 14 days to reset for $497. That's my gift. Normal price is going to be $997. And when you compare to the market rate, it's around $1,500 or $2,000 every. Thank you, Dimi. Yes, so Dimi, she's using the Thrive Journal. Yes, so the Thrive Journal, if you're interested, it's in my LinkedIn profile. I also have a journal to help with that mind. Remember, we're starting with the mind, so the mindset. So yeah, the journal, you can buy it in Amazon. It's available in Amazon. Actually, I do not promote that. I mean, it's a journal, so it's not considered that as a book, but it's actually a creation of mine. Absolutely my creation. It's a journal, but it's very nice. Keep on, and it's for 30 days. So if you're committed to 30 days, that's gonna be good. Okay, so $497. The market rate is like a lot. Like this is a third of what the market is. But remember, this is not an AI course. This is not a wellness program. This is not a productivity course. So it's the whole system for you. Implemented day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. It's execution, it's implementation. You are gonna implement something that it's already proven and tested that it works. You're not gonna come and learn AI. You don't need to. Now, if you want, definitely we can go to a next level of detail and learning, another journey. But this journey is to implement. The first step I want you to take is, number 1, take that AI, put it in there, put the system, and feel confident. And you're gonna see that it's not that hard. And you're gonna show up as the future ready leader, right? As I call it, the future fit leader, because people is gonna see that you're using AI, and they're gonna start wanna copy your prompts, right? So this is the gift I have for you. Now, what you are actually gonna get. I'm giving you my system, but in the reality, what you're gonna see tangible, that you can have tangible wins. You're gonna have your personal routine in the morning and the evening, right? You're gonna get the AI prompt library that you know that it works. You saw what I did right there with the meeting notes. You're going to be able to reclaim 5+ hours a week. You don't have to add them. You're going to get them back. And you're going to have your system that compounds. It's not just I've done it and I forgot it. No, you are going to have it implemented in your day-to-day work, in your schedule, in your calendar, in your way of living. And the internal shifts, right? You're going to leave that survival mode to step into a different mode, operational, sustainable mode. You're going to leave away your beliefs. You're going to leave behind your beliefs about that you are not good enough, or that there's a problem with you, or that AI is not for you, or AI doesn't work for you, because it does. You're going to trust in the decisions you are making, and you're going to use your body as a resource. And you're going to get a sense of who you are as a whole person rather than just a title. Okay? And then we're going to talk about that leadership change, all right? So you're going to lead with clarity and calm and presence, no reactivity. That emotional snaps cannot happen, right? You're going to use AI as leverage. You're going to implement something that is going to show AI as leverage. You're going to stop over delivering and under nourishing. And you're going to gain the powerful, but not only for leadership. You're going to reclaim the power, but not for leadership only, for your life. You're going to reclaim your life. And you're going to start wishing, I wish I could have a better life. I wish I could have a better life balance. So, okay, we have another question. How can you decide the type of premium license with Claude or Gemini, like basic or premium or super pro, if we are like basic AI? Okay, yes. So Claude has, the free version as everything, and you have the pro version, which gives you tokens, and that's how you consume them. And here in Australia is $20 a month, and I know because I pay for it. So, the paid version is actually what you see here. When you have the free, you have to interact every time you paste, and then you use it, but you have to do some copy pasting. And when you pay the license, you can integrate everything. So co-work that I show you in Copilot, Claude does it, and it's co-work, right? And that's only the pro license for Claude. Now, something very, very important. You got to follow the policy, and that's what I think this time was the time to answer the question, is that the policy of your company, right? If you have privacy policy, company policy, confidential data, never, never, never do any confidential or work data, people data, employees data, sales data in a public AI. Please don't. But hey, you don't need to know that. You will have to learn that in the advanced course. But for this one, implementation, that's a great question. Check with your company. Check the AI approved tools and check the privacy and data privacy laws and policies that they may have. Okay? Very, very important question. Thank you, Lorena. Same thing with Gemini. Gemini, you have the basic, but then you pay the workspace, that's called. And there is also the extra license feature. I don't know how, I got actually a very good deal for that one, so I do have it as well. But so that one is I can't remember how much it is, but it also gives you the notes and you can organize stuff. It doesn't have co-work as Microsoft because that's an Anthropic one, a Claude one. But Google has its own different ways of operating, and they have the gems, and they have also you can build your agents and everything. But so that's more for people that use workspace. So so that's basically that. And again, you can use the prompts in the free version. But be very, very mindful with what you put on. And that's what I said, the Microsoft one, we don't worry about it. That's where we can just jump right straight into implementation without having to learn about many things. Okay. All right, I think we're on the dot. The class is about to finish. So here it is, the pre-launch sale. Please save $500 and start with it. And if you are thinking, and I just want to cover this, if you are thinking that you don't have time to do this, you know what? That's actually why you need to do it. So it's only 30 minutes per day and you're going to gain 5+ hours a week, right? Please consider that. Think that way. Change that mindset right there. Then I'm not technical. It's not going to work. Hey, I show you. You don't need to do technical. This is not a technical AI course. This is not AI fluency course. We're not going to go deep. And if we're going to send something, we're going to have step-by-step or a step-by-step data to implement. It's to implement. You don't need to do anything. If you know how to write an email and how to record a meeting, this is all you need to know, okay? Not text it up, nothing. It's already what you have and works in both Copilot licenses plans. And again, if you think you've tried many things before and nothing has stuck, well, I already explained you why. I already told you it doesn't look at the system, it just look at different pillars. You need to consider it as a system. So that's exactly why nothing has worked, because you always do it in isolation. Okay? Mind, body, spirit, and then AI. And the other one, my organization hasn't rolled out Copilot yet, or what Lorena is saying. This is a system that is going to focus on you. This is a system for you. So the tool really doesn't matter. I like to show Copilot because then we don't have to cover all that. But by all means, you can copy the same prompts and try to implement, but you're going to have to take the step forward to look at the company policy, to look at the privacy, what can you upload now, and what can you install in your work PC. That's why, for me, the Copilot is the one I designed the program for. But that doesn't mean you cannot do it. Okay? And yeah, people that have just people that has worked with me, that knows my work, that knows with Lotus. So you can go and check what I've been doing for the last almost 2 years. And please remember, you are not behind. You are not failing. You are not doing it wrong. You are just caring very much and expect a lot from you. So if you want to buy the Thrive Leader Reset, it's going to be open, this promotion, for a week until May the 30th. That's when it's going to be finishing. So if you want to go there, learn.thrivelotus.com.au/I want my reset. And you can get it right there. Yeah, the free version from Cloud is very limited. All of them are very limited because, of course, they just want to give you a quick glance, and then if it works it, and again, you got to learn how to use it and how to prompt it, right? Then you can get that. Okay, so get your reset. I want my reset. And remember, the transformation begins the moment you decide to take action, not when you feel ready, because you may never feel ready. And because I want to reward everyone today, and I want to make sure that if you got this message and you want to start straight away, I want to give you another gift. And I'm going to stay here for another 10, 15 minutes. But if you join the Thrive Reset within the next 30 minutes, I'm going to gift you one coaching one-on-one session with me. If you buy it in the next 30 minutes. Okay? So here's the QR code. Connected, shopping cart, ready, everything is there. So if you get it within the next 30 minutes, you're going to get 1 hour with me one-on-one. You have seen what my clients have said. One session and there is meaningful change and transformation. So you're going to get that one with me if you buy the reset in the next 30 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to leave this one here for you. And thank you very, very much for giving me your time today. And I hope you took away a lot. And I see you in the reset. Thank you. And I'll be sticking around if you have any more questions. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Here's the QR code. I put some of my punchy music today.